After the club implemented a groundbreaking maternity policy, Christy Grimshaw, the captain of AC Milan, claims that players now don't have to make a choice between being a mother and a football player. The Italian powerhouses are the first team in Europe to ensure that players who fall pregnant during the last year of their contracts will have their contracts renewed. Along with a companion, players will also receive assistance with childcare and child-related bills. The Scotland international Grimshaw told BBC Sport, "It's a decision that undoubtedly, in the past, a lot of women have had to make. I feel especially fortunate to have been given this chance. Perhaps you are in the final year of your contract and are a little anxious about starting a family. It is robbing us of that option. We are able to relax. It is a lovely thing for a woman to become a mother. In women's football and sports in general, I hope this is the beginning of something wonderful." Elisabeth Spiner, the head of AC Milan's women's football department, spearheaded the policy. It coincides with a movement for better player rights in the sport, as FIFA unveiled new guidelines in May to safeguard expectant female players. It is our duty as a large club to work toward the advancement of women's football. For this reason, we fund a certain project each year, Spiner said to BBC Sport. I hope this project in particular can help not only women's football improve, but women's sport and female professionals. According to Spiner, AC Milan should take the lead in women's health and offer resources for upcoming generations. She believes that their maternity policy will serve as a precedent for women's sport and serve as a model for other teams. We want to contribute and try to change the culture, she stated. In some ways, it is late, but we are glad to be the first to think of this and to try to make a difference. We didn't want to wait for something to happen before tackling the issue, so that's where we started. We attempted to create it beforehand and expected an instant answer. The final agreement was formed through surveys and meetings with players from the club's first squad and academy. As the sole female head of football in Italy's first division, Spiner acknowledged that having a female in a leadership role played a significant role. Unfortunately, Italy does not have a large number of female sporting directors. I concur that there should be more female professionals playing both men's and women's football, Spiner remarked. I believe that the men's game allows us to develop, but we can now support women's football in some way. Having a combination is always the best option. That explains why AC Milan has other women in key positions. According to Spiner, the real impact of the policy won't be felt until an AC Milan player gets pregnant. Nonetheless, Grimshaw is happy to represent AC Milan and claims that the team is perceived by the public as being serious with equality and inclusivity. It feels fantastic on the inside as well as the outer. It's a truly joyous occasion, she continued. Motherhood is something that should never be avoided by women. It's truly unique, and it ought to remain that way forever. Grimshaw believes that altering the way that women's football is perceived as a motherhood should be the next move, in addition to pushing other organizations to adopt similar rules. We are allowed to return and perform after having birth, thanks to policies like these. I hope there is a shift in perspective, Grimshaw remarked. We can compete in important tournaments, not just in women's football but in every sport, have a kid, recover, and return stronger than before. Perhaps that can be altered. It's a methodical procedure. Every day, we continue to grow. But we're all in for an amazing time right now.